Well, this is the old guys, Still River Radio, and it's the dead middle of summer, uh, August 2nd, but it's beautiful out here. It's cool, actually. It's not. There's a nice breeze, as you can see, going through the leaves in the trees, and well, the dead middle of summer in Still River, a long time ago. Uh, a lot of church groups have their summer Sunday school Bible uh, school in the summer. It usually lasts maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and or they have a sort of a day program of some sorts because by this time there's another month left before school starts, and the parents are ready to commit hara-kiri or something, or lock their children in the basement, but so they provide this day program kind of slash school kind of slash youth program. And well, Good Shepherd Lutheran has their summer Bible youth program, and so does the Good News Baptist Church group, and they hire buses to do a summer trip, and they decided this year to team up their trips with the Lutheran and the Baptist with they got two buses, school buses, because they were less expensive, and they put together their summer groups, youth groups, with the monitors and parents to sign up to go with them. And well, the Lutheran group, it's like it's more like 4th to 6th graders. A lot of these kids grew up in the church, and they learned the Bible in a kind of a nice way. Younger kids, the first thing they want to know here is about Noah and the Ark, so and all of that, So they decided to take a trip down to the Bronx Zoo, and they hired us, me and a couple friends of mine. We were bus drivers, and we would take them down, and the monitors and the custodians, or whatever you call them, went with the kids. There was about one parent to every 6 or 8 kids, so there was like maybe close to 2.5 dozen kids and about 8 parents. So we drove down to the Bronx Zoo, and they saw the elephants and the giraffes, and they really were enamored for a while with the Kodiak bear, because they didn't realize the bear was that big. Kodiak bears are huge, way huger than you think, and also, they saw the wolves, they saw monkeys, they saw a lot of in the birdhouse. They saw a lot of exotic birds, parrots and cockatoos and all types, and that was pretty good, and it was very nice, and well, they finally got to the point where they were going to the reptile amphibian house, which is big in the Bronx Zoo. It's very huge, and they went into, you have to walk through it. It's about at least 2 blocks wide, and there's 2 floors, and you walk through, And the parents are walking the kids through, and they're seeing like all types of aquatic animals that are amphibians. They saw platypus, they saw alligators, they saw you know all types of different kinds of snakes. And it was a little quite scary with the snakes. The parents had to kind of put their arms around 3 or 4 kids. So they get to this big water scene, which is behind like a foot thick of plexiglass, and there's a sign there that says Nile River crocodiles. And Nile River crocodiles are huge. And, the kids are getting hungry because it's getting like 11:15, and we're going to break for lunch, but they're enamored with this. They want to see this. And there's a guide or a museum staff in front of the big, it's about maybe 50 feet long, scene of rocks in the river, and these huge alligators. I mean crocodiles. They're not colored like alligators, not greenish. They're more tan brown, but they're huge, 10 feet long, 12 feet long, with eyes as big as, I don't know, baseballs almost, hardballs. And it's getting to be feeding time. And this door, 2 doors open up and back at the back end of the exhibit, and out hop these nice white bunny rabbits. And if you know about Nile crocodiles, they don't like to eat anything unless they kill it themselves. And the kids are standing there, the parents are standing there, and these little rabbits are hopping around, and they're not realizing what's going to happen. And they go down, and the rabbits start hopping a little bit too close. And this huge crocodile grabs this rabbit by the back leg. You could hear the rabbit scream through the glass. And it slams this rabbit against the plexiglass wall with a thump and a splat. And the kids scream, the parents scream, and it's like instant shock. It's like they had to rush the kids out. The kids are crying in tears. The parents are crying in tears. And they had no idea. And, well, needless to say, when Sunday school resumed 2 weeks later, there was counseling, and, and then once the kids simmered down, the older kids, like the 5th graders, were enamored by this after a while. They weren't upset anymore, but they had questions that would make a Sunday school teacher shudder. It brought up some quite interesting issues in Sunday school. Anyway, St. Ignatz, the Catholic CYO, Catholic Youth Organization, has their summer beach picnic soiree trip, and that's for a little bit older kids. The CYO went from about 14 to maybe 16, 17. You might make it, but back those days, 17, you were ready for the service. So they take a couple of buses, nice coach buses, out to the beach, out to the ocean. It's about a 2-hour ride out to Severn Rock, out on the east coast there on the Sound. And the monitors were nuns who weren't dressed up like nuns, who were very suspicious and very clueless. I mean, one of the nuns, who was sort of a strict one, made the boys sit on one side of the bus and the girls' side the others. But, you know, the kids knew. They knew what to do. They had to drill down. And, you know, they got to the beach, had a barbecue, or you can go to, if you had money, you would go to the hot dog stands and stuff. And then there was free beach time, which gave the nuns a break. And that was the time when the pairings happened. The raging hormones were in full swing, and down farther than the beach, they would move farther away down the beach, out of sight, mix in with the crowd, and the boys and the girls would get in the water together. So and the makeout party started, and you know, on the way back on the buses, you know, the strict